The final weekend in the Dream 11 Spicer T10 2.0 cricket tournament fast approaches. And Grenada, it's time to fill the stands. This Saturday 16th and Sunday 17th April, it's the T10 playoffs. The top 4 teams will look to book their place in the grand final on Monday 18th April. Game times 11:45 a.m. and 2:30 p.m. Saturday and Sunday matches $5 EC. The grand final Monday the 18th $10. Bring the drums, count shell, coolers. It's the biggest stadium line and catch all the action on this station. The Dream 11 Spicer T10 2.0 cricket tournament. Love the game.
Focus, I can't wait for T10. I can't wait to enjoy myself in the stadium. No matter everything goes, shall local talent doing well. Big up on yourself, sing it out. T10. Enjoy this.
Energy. The world runs on it every day.
Good morning. Welcome to Seoul.
Hi.
Hi.
And when we put the best of the Caribbean together with the energy we harness,
Bye.
everything runs so much smoother. Because at the end of the day, it's all about connecting people.
Happy birthday, Dad.
Seoul, wherever your journey begins.
Imagine having the home of your dreams. Imagine investing in that piece of property you can call your own. Imagine finally doing that home improvement project you've always been thinking about. It's time to stop imagining and start doing. Let the GUT Credit Union help you take the first step with fantastic rates, affordable repayments, and reduced legal fees. Make the move. Get better terms on your mortgage. Use your home equity to make those dreams a reality. Act now. There's really no place like home. GUT Credit Union. It's where you belong.
The biggest and safest summer festival in the region, August 8th and 9th. Let's go to Grenada for Spice Mass. Call your booking agents and get your tickets today. And welcome to the National Cricket Stadium in St. George's, Grenada for another day in the second season of the Dream 11 Spice Isle T10 tournament. As you can see the shots over the hills of River Road swinging into the National Stadium. The conditions are quite pleasant. It is beautiful outside, a wonderful day for cricket, and I must say that the second season of the Dream 11 Spice Isle T10 tournament has been certainly blessed with excellent weather. We've had the odd interruptions for rain, but overall it has been a fantastic period for cricket, and as we can see the National Stadium in all its splendor is certainly a beautiful sight to behold. John, you yourself in your playing days, I sure you relish days like these when the conditions are so excellent that you can just want to go out there and bat for as long as you can.
Yeah, good morning, Jeremy, and good morning to all our listeners. You're quite right. A pleasant morning in St. George's, Grenada, and conditions perfect for cricket this morning.
Yes, and I know you would have mentioned in a previous broadcast the love you've had for this venue and the amount of runs you'd have scored and the good luck here. As we can see the conditions right now, I'm sure you would have wished you could have really put on your pads and go out there in the middle and have a wonderful knock. As we see the outfield, it's quite excellent job. Credit to the ground staff, Kevin Holas and his team, and the conditions are quite splendid.
Yes, indeed, it's a lovely picture, even from up here where we are seated and looking at the monitor. It's a pleasant sight. The outfield looks picturesque, and the wicket looks very good, very, very good from our advantage point of view.
Yeah, so it is the Pure Grenada, the spice of the Caribbean. This shot is being brought to you from, and we want to thank GTA for the partnership with the GCA in executing this second season of the Dream 11 Spice LT10 tournament. Not to keep you waiting, we'll go down to the toss to hear what happened in the middle and hear a few words from the captains, and after that we'll go through the team list and we'll give a preview for this matchup. Welcome to the toss of match 19 of season 2 in the Dream 11 Spice LT10 tournament. This match features 3rd place Bayleaf Blasters versus 6th place Cinnamon Pacers. Bayleaf Blasters on 8 points, Cinnamon Pacers on 2, and it's an important 2 points to the both teams. We have with us here at the toss the match referee Mr. Carl Felix and our 2 captains, the home captain Devon Smith and the away captain Micah Narayan. Mr. Match referee, over to you. The call is for a head, and it is a tail. Bayleaf Blasters have won the toss. Devon, 3rd place in the table. I'm sure you guys are looking for 2 points to sort of cement a position in the top 2.
Yeah, definitely. We're trying to get in the top 2, but I haven't said that it's quickly playing. We have to play to the best of our ability and go there and give out 100%. In
this match within the toss, what's the decision of the Blasters?
We will have a ball first.
You guys have been playing a bit of up and down cricket for the last 2 matches. I'm sure you don't want to tighten up those performances heading on to the business end of the tournament.
Yeah, definitely. We want to give everybody a chance, as we say, because we know, once we win the top 2, then there is no time to experiment. So we just want to go out there and make sure that we stay on our winning road. In terms of the catching, we have to do some work on the catching, but as I say, it's up and down, so we have to try and tighten our slack ends.
All right, you among the runs, also Kavim Hodge, linear run score. You guys are in the top 3 runs. Top 3 run scores of the tournament. Must be happy to know that your batsmen are delivering at the top of the innings.
Yeah, me and Kavim, 2 experienced players. We know what we're about and we know what we are capable of doing. We just need about 2 more persons to jump in, to see if we could, lower down in the order to see if we could, at least if we want 8 or 9 runs in the over, and if we could get that. All right, well, Devon, all the best to you and Bayleaf Blasters for this match. Thanks very much. Micah Narayan, the captain of Cinnamon Pacers. It has been a brutal couple of days for you guys. Some close matches, but you've not been able to finish. I'm looking to see if you can strengthen and improve in that area today.
First of all, I want to thank the Almighty for bringing us here. Yes, I'm looking forward to get 2 points today.
Being asked to bat first, we know you have had struggles batting first in the tournament. I'm sure you don't want to get it right this match.
Yes, of course. We're trying our best to get it right and try and look and see if we could score our target from since the start in the tournament, which is been anywhere between 100 to 120.
All right. I know you guys have not had the sort of results you'd have had like this year as compared to last year, but how has it been in terms of motivating the guys to come out for this one?
As I told this guy, it's not down and out. It's just our season. We cannot stress too much on what happened. We just have to continue playing good cricket and take the positive and go forward in this year's competition and look for next year's competition.
Coming up against Devon Smith from the neighbouring parish here north, and I know when you guys normally come up against each other, it's always a big encounter. Looking forward to playing the Bayleaf Blasters in this one?
Of course, we play cricket from way back. and he always be competitive. So we're looking today's game to be another competitive game as well.
All right, well, Micah, all the best to you and Cinnamon in this one and the rest of the matches in the tournament.
Thank you.
All right, so that was the toss. Just to remind you that the Bayleaf Blasters, they've won the toss and they've decided to bowl. All right, so as you would have heard from the toss, Bayleaf Blasters, they've won and they've inserted Cinnamon into bat. We can go through the 11 for you. Bayleaf Blasters, Devon Smith, Caden Felix, Kavim Hodge, Devonnie Smith, Sherman Lewis, Neilon Pascal, Alvin Ramnot in for his first game, Jelani Robinson, Richard Rogers, Dennis Smith, and Nikosi Saint-Hilaire. They would have rested a couple of players in this one. Clint Crony and Amikel Dubiset, they're out of the playing 11, but certainly a good enough and strong enough Bayleaf Blasters. Look at the Cinnamon Pacers. They have Micah Narayan, Shion Andrew, Alec Athenes, Jamie Buddy, Chad Charles, Bijan Embleton, Javid Hazard, Deron Hippolyte, Desron Maloney, Jonathan Cyrus, and Jonathan Taylor, my apologies, and Junior Cyrus. Out for the Cinnamon Pacers from this match is Tate Carmichael and Deshanti Thomas. Cinnamon Pacers are looking to see if they can register the second win in the tournament, and then the hopes of the Bayleaf Blasters from qualifying in the top two. Speaking of Bayleaf Blasters, John Eugene, we have witnessed excellent form from Devon Smith, who is third on the table in terms of runs scored with 160, and on top of the table with second on the list with 182 points, Kavim Hodge. So they have 2 on 3 on the run scoring list, and once you have 2 on 3 players, it's the leading run scores in the tournament, means that they would have been able to deliver for the team.
Yes, Devon Smith and Kavim Hodge, who has scored quite heavily in this tournament so far, and obviously the results from the Bayleaf Blasters, they have been the main contributors. So the form of Devon Smith and Kavim Hodge has a lot to do with the positioning on the table now. I think they have really helped the team this year.
Yes, and I think when you look at both Kavim Hodge and Devon Smith, both more traditional batsmen, not necessarily over the top big hitting batsmen. They were able to go over the ropes when they chose to, but overall their batting has been really more of a traditional manner. It's really good to see that the batsmen of those makeup are dominating the T10 tournament.
Yes, and I think they have played good cricket shots, both Kavim Hodge and Devon Smith, and you're quite right when you say that they clear the ropes quite easily because they have played authentic cricket shots.
Yes, and I'm sure that they'll be looking to see if they can add a few more runs to this. But first up, they will be in the field and opening the bowling for the Bayleaf Blasters, as he has done for many matches in this tournament, is the second leading run scorer in the tournament, Kavim Hodge on 182. He has been also would have done well with the ball for his team, and we'll be looking to see if he can add a couple wickets to his column in this match. First up, he'll be bowling to his Dominican mate and one of his good buddies, Alec Athenes. So for Kavim Hodge has picked up 2 wickets, going at 9.5 runs and over, and we'll be looking to see if he can add on to the wicket column.
Yes, this matchup is going to be quite interesting. Kavim Hodge bowling left-arm orthodox over the wicket, and Alec Athenes, we know the quality of Alec Athenes, so it's a mouth-watering challenge here.
Yeah, so as we see the 2 batsmen, they're out in the middle. Alec Athenes accompanied to the new batting partner, Shion Andrew on the non-striker's end. Umpire Davis signals play. And to this one, Athenes goes back and plays it to the offside, where the fielder coming in from backward point does the fielding, no runs. And umpire Davis is joined by Dayton Butler. This one angling into the body of Athenes, who comes inside, whips it onto the leg side. That is Nikosi Saint-Hilaire from backward square, runs wrong, does the fielding. So Athenes is on the mark. He's on 1 and brings Shion Andrew into strike. Andrew, he has played a couple of good shots, but he has not been able to stay at the crease for any period of time during this tournament. And I'm sure, given the opportunity to open the batting in this match, he would want to make it count and see if he can get among the runs in this encounter. As we see this one angling into the leg stump dish, and Jules plays it onto the onside. He gets off the mark, so he moves on. He's off the mark, he's on 1, and the Cinnamon Pacers, they're 2 without loss. And it's rather interesting in terms of the positions of the teams in the table. We're going to give you the run through the point standing for you shortly as Athenes goes back and gets a thick outside edge. Oh, there's a mix up there between the field. Return goes in, appeal, and he goes. Athenes opened the face of it, played it to short third man, where Nilon Pascal was doing the fielding. Andrews was scampering through for a single. Athenes sends him back, and he was not able to get back in. Cinnamon Pacers, they've lost their first wicket. They're 2 for 1 in the first over.
Yes, a terrible misunderstanding there by Alec Athenes and the batsman Andrew. At one point, both of them on at the same batting crease, and Nilan Pascal choosing the wicketkeeper end, and then wicketkeeper Dennis Smith being aware that the batsman was out of his grounds and returned the ball to Kevin Hodjan. And we see Cinnamon Pacers losing their first wicket.
Yeah, so first wicket down in the first over via the run out route. Shion Andrew is only able to score 1 in this match, and brings to the crease Javin Hazard, who played a spectacular innings in the lone victory of the Cinnamon Pacers. And Athenes goes back, chops it down to short third man, where Pascal again, he does the fielding. So the sense of urgency there is being called for by the umpire. Want to ensure that the players, they remain on their toes and get through the overs quickly. Athenes comes back and pulls Welsh through mid wicket. That long off on runs over the ropes now. Jelani Robinson there, probably he sloppy effort there in the end, you can see from Robinson. He elected to use his feet as the ball crossed the ropes. So 4 runs to Athenes. He moves on by 4-6, and the total is 6 for 1 after 1.
Yes, a good shot by Alec Athenes, really finding the gap between mid wicket and long on. Jelani Robinson really couldn't stop this one, and 6 runs now for the loss of 1 wicket. A steady start by the Cinnamon Pacers.
Yeah, and the first over shows that, the wicket it continues to be a good one there, and that shot delivery there just sat up for Athenes, and he was able to utilize the pull shot. So good shot and good reward for that shot. As we see, it's going to be Nilon Pascal who is going to be taking up the action from the southern end of the ground. Be bowling to Hazard, who in that West Indian manner took the bails off and marked his guard. Were you one of those who would have engaged in the practice, or that would have been after your era?
No, I wasn't in that era. I was before that. I just took the guard and used my front spike to mark. But what I did, I mark very often.
Yes, I think that was made popular in West Indies cricket by the legendary Shiv Chandapal, as this one from Pascal played onto the onside there by Hazard. He gets off the mark, he's on 1, and the total now 7 for 1. We promised you that we are going to go through the point standing. We can tell you that leading the table with 6 matches played, 5 victories, 1 loss on 10 points is the Nutmeg Warriors. Ginger Generals, they're second on the table via the net run rate. They're on 8 points, 4 victories in 6 matches, 1.804. Third on the table is the Bayleaf Blasters, 4 victories, 8 points, 0.593. And the Saffron Strikers, they're in 4th, 6 victories, 6 matches, 3 victories, 3 losses, and 6 points. They constitute the top 4 of the moment. At the moment, as we see Pascal in to bowl to Athenes. Athenes comes back, opens the face, guides it down to third man for a single. Good delivery there, shaping into the left-hander, and he was able to pick up a single as a result. Clove Challenger, 6 matches, 1 loss, 1 victory, 5 losses, 2 points. And the Cinnamon Pacers, they're at the bottom of the table, 6 matches, 1 victory, 5 loss, 2 points. They are on the bottom based on via the net run rate, separating the 2 teams at the bottom. That's a good delivery there from Pascal. Drew the batsman forward, moved across him, into the gloves of wicketkeeper Dennis Smith behind. Excellent stuff there from the former West Indies fast bowler.
Yes, Pascal getting this one to shape away from actually pitching on about middle stump and just moving away from the right-hander.
Yes, as he's in once more to bowl to Hazard. Hazard gets a short one clipped off the legs. Half stop there from the fielder in backward square. That will be Alvin Ramnot. So the senior man was able to get down to get a hand onto it, and I think good bit of fielding there because he would have saved his team 3 runs.
Yes, a good bit of fielding there by Ramnot, definitely saving 4 runs. Well, some 3 runs really.
Yes, Alvin Ramnat is one of the probably the oldest player in the tournament. Bowler from the parish of St. John, one of the 2 players from that parish in the tournament. And that time, Alec Athanaze gets one wide and it goes over long on for a 6. Fine shot there from Athanaze. It was full, it was wide, and he just went through the line of that one, hitting over long off for 6, the first of the inning. And John Eugene, these batsmen of such a quality, when you provide width, they punish you.
Yes, in this instance, Pascal providing width and length for Alec Athanaze, and Alec Athanaze just hitting through the line of the ball and depositing this one over long on for 6. A wonderful shot.
Excellent batting there by the young left-hander from Dominica. Just as we see a little conference there between the 2 batsmen, Athanaze and Hazard, reminding you that they were engaged in that partnership for 121 for the second wicket when they would have come up against Clove Challengers in their encounter. So they enjoy batting together and would want to see if they can put on another good partnership for the team. They'd already lost the early wicket of Andrew with the score on 2, and they would want to continue their partnership there in the middle. As see some discussion there between the captain and the bowler. There is no changes in the field as yet. The 2 fielders back for Athanaze are 2 fielders back behind point on the offside. And this one, Athanaze gets in, cross the line of that one and whips it fine over square leg for 6. Another beautiful shot there from the little maestro from Dominica. Full delivery, he got across the line. Well, a length delivery, I should say, got across the line and whipped it over square leg for 6. Excellent batting there from Alec Athanaze.
Yeah, this is an excellent shot by Alec Athanaze. Improvising, moving across the off stump and finding the length that he was required and depositing this one way over the deep backward square leg boundary for 6. A lovely shot by Alec Athanaze.
Yeah, so that's 21 for 1 after 2 overs. 21 for 1 after 2. Athanaze is on 18. Hazard is on 2. And I think what I quite liked about those 2 shots is that you would have had 2 fielders in deep third man and backward point, and Athanaze elected now to go over the onside, which really put pressure on the bowler. He was able to score where the bowler didn't want him to hit the ball.
Yeah, because it's evident Pascal would have wanted Alec Athanaze to hit the ball backward point where the 2 fielders were stationed, but Alec Athanaze, the quality that he possesses, just moved across the off stump and whipped this one over deep backward square leg.
Yeah, and when you look at the batsman there, Alec Athanaze, maybe just about 5'6", very slim and built. You're wondering where those power come from. But it shows you don't need to be strong to be hitting the ball far. As Hodge is in again to Hazard, who goes back, stars it down to short. Totman goes through for a quick single, and they get through this time. Excellent running there between the batsmen from the Cinnamon Pieces. One more from Hazard. He moves on to 3 and brings Athanaze on 18 on strike.
Yeah, Alec Athanaze slimly built, and he possesses the talent of touch. He's such a quality player.
Yes, the beautiful sport of cricket. Some of the top batsmen, they come in all shapes and sizes. The short guys like Sachin Tendulkar. You'd have the taller ones, as we see another one there. Athanaze goes in. Oh, for a moment there, he thought that one would have gone probably to Jelani Robinson, stationed there in mid-on, but he was able to hit it up for a straighter. straight and into the boundary it goes for 4. So he moves on by 4 to 26 for 1, and the total now. Sorry, he moves on by 4 to 22, and the total moves on to 26 for 1.
Yes, this one right in the slot. Kavim was just missing the line, and Alec Atana hitting straight.
Yeah, for Athens, we see long off his back, and mid on is shot. This time Athens pushes one back to Hodge, who does the fielding of his own bowling, and probably was looking for that similar shot, but the length was not there on that occasion, and gave the necessary respect there to the bowler. And this time he clips it off the leg. They go through for a single, thinking for a second, and they decide on 1. So Athens moves on by 123. He is the total 27 for 1. As we see Hazard comes back on strike. Right-handed Hazard to face the left-arm orthodox of Kavim Hodge, captain of the Windwards Volcanoes from the nature island of Dominica, and this time is lifted down the ground to Sherman Lewis, who comes off the boundary to do the fielding. So he moves on to 4 and 28 for 1. 1 ball short of over number 3. Kavim Hodge so far 1.5 overs, none for 13. Hodge is in again at short in length, tucked onto the onside, where Nikosi Sentile in the square leg does the fielding. So it's the end of the third over. Hodge's spell is completed, 2 overs, none for 14, and Cinnamon Pacers 29 for 1. And despite not picking up a wicket, I think Hodge will be quite pleased with his performance of none for 14 from 2 overs.
Yes, 2 decent overs by Kavim Hodge, just 14 of his 2 overs, and in the context of what we have seen so far, 14 runs in 2 overs is pretty good going. But Alec Attan has continued to bat well. He's on 24 and looking to set a good platform for his team.
Yeah, so it's going to be now Sherman Lewis to be taking up the action from the southern end of the ground. Lewis with a number 83 on his back to take up the action from the southern end of the ground. And a special good morning to all our viewers, or good afternoon or evening or night, wherever you're taking in the broadcast. We hope that you're having or you've had a fantastic day and now enjoying the spectacle that is the Dream 11 Spice Isle T10 tournament. We're into season 2, and it's quite a pleasure for you to be taking in the action as we see Lewis tucked on, played down to a short fine leg where Ramnath is positioned. He does the fielding. Wait for the signal to see if there was any bat. No signal from the umpire means that it's 1 more run to Alec Athens, who is most of 25. And also good morning to all our viewers who are in St. Lucia taking us in on Winners TV. Is glad that you're able to join us for another day to experience the tournament, and also our viewers on the Sportsmats network. Pleasant day to you. And if you're wondering where you can view or taking the action, remember you can look at it on the comfort of your living room on Sportsmax TV, streamed throughout the Caribbean and North America. Winners TV in St. Lucia. As we see the Lewis, Sherman Lewis into Hazard, who comes forward, pushes it onto the offside. There is no run. And John, as a player, it really must give them something to look forward to when they can be performing in these domestic tournaments, and performances can be seen across the globe.
Yes, quite true. With the advent of technology, so these players who are not born to be first-class players, they could get an opportunity to be seen.
That's right, as we see Lewis again. Hazard tucks that one over the onside, goes over square leg, they go through for a single. They coming back for the second one. Kavim Hodge runs back from square leg, does the fielding. Not timed as he'd have liked. I think he probably would have wanted to go much straighter, maybe more mid-wicket with that one, but came off the inner portion of the bat over square leg, and they picked up 2 runs.
Yes, Hazard looking to hit that one over mid-wicket. I think the pace of Sherman Lewis really had him tucked up.
Yeah, Sherman Lewis seems to be enjoying his cricket once more. Would have had a couple of couple of years. He may not want to remember too much, but we seem to be back at the top of his game as he's in once more to Hazard, and Hazard goes this time over the top, gets the outside edge down to third man, where Ramnot again is stationed there, does a fielding. So one more run to Hazard and one more run to the Sinwan Pacers, 33 for 1.
Yes, I tell you, the ball has been following Ramnot.
And I think, to his credit, he has been doing well on all occasions that the ball has come to him. Sometimes you have a horrid day in the field, and every time the ball comes to you, it's a mistake or a blunder. But Ramnot has been doing well, and his captain will be quite pleased with the senior pro in his setup.
He has probably still about 4 or 5 runs.
Oh, most certainly there. As we see Sherman Lewis this time to Athanase, and to this one Athanase is tucking on the onside. A peel there from the bowler, Sherman Lewis. Butler, he's not interested, as Athanase moves on by 1 to 26. The total 34 for 1. One delivery short of the power play, and Hazard is on strike. We see after this delivery, Captain Devon Smith is allowed a further 3 fielders outside of the circle. The 2 currently is third man, where Ramnot is stationed, and long on, where Nilon Pascal is stationed. Sherman Lewis in for the final ball of the power play. Good delivery, a slower delivery, angling into the batsman, played back to the bowler. So at the end of the power play, Cinnamon Pacers being inserted into bat first. They're 34 for 1.
Yes, I think Bayleaf Blasters would be quite happy with the score. Only 34 after 4 overs. A steady start, a very good over there by Sherman Lewis, and just 34 on the board after 4 overs. I think Bayleaf Blasters would be quite happy with the score so far.
Oh yes, and knowing Cinnamon Pacers, they're forming the tournament with a bat 34 for 1, I think. Though they may have wanted a few more runs on the board, but I think they'll be quite pleased to know that they only have had 1 wicket down in the first 4, and we'll be hoping that Athanase and Hazard can go further. As we see a change of bowling from the northern end, it's going to be spin. Continuing from this end, and now we're going to see leg spin of Richard Rogers to take up the action against Alec Athanase. Rogers, with the breeze blowing from left to right, we'll be looking to see if he can create some challenge to Athanase. The leg side field is quite packed with fielders on the boundary. Long on, Nilon Pascal, mid wicket, Caden Felix, and backward square on the boundary, that is Nikosi St. Hilaire. So Rogers is in once more to this delivery. Athanase tucks it on the onside. Some fielding there to do for the fielders on the boundary. Comes in Nikosi St. Hilaire, rifles in the return. So one more run to Athanase. He moves on to 27 and brings Javed Hazard on 7 on strike. Athanase 7 of 15. Hazard 7 of 9. And the scoring rate so far for the 2 batsmen. For the right-handed Hazard, we can see a similar field being employed, with 3 fielders stationed on the boundary on the leg side. Shot a fine leg. So at the same time, they're protecting the boundaries, but they're giving up a lot of opportunities for singles or even 2s based on how well they played on the onside. Hazard goes back and chops down to shot third man. Robinson does the fielding.
Keep going, Richie.
This time Hazard comes inside of that one and pulls it down to mid wicket, where Sherman Lewis does the fielding coming off the boundary. So one more run to Lewis. It is match 19 here in the second season of the Spy Style T10 tournament. Rogers and Alec Athanase pulls out the reverse sweep, hits that one over point, goes in. Oh, good feeling there from Sherman Lewis. Got wrong there, and at the last moment he was able to get down and stop that one from going across the ropes. So good bit of feeling there from the big fast bowler, saving 2 runs for his team.
Yes, an interesting shot by Alec Atanas. If he had stood his ground, he could have probably hit that over mid wicket. But a very good stop by Sherman Lewis, putting in the commitment.
Yeah, it's really good when you can see the fast bowlers. They can get down and they can do the dirty work in the field and would really lift the spirits of all their teammates around. This time Athens goes back and chops it to the offside, straight to that is Devonny Smith, who does the fielding there. Can't restrict the batsman from crossing over for one. So Athens moves on to 30 and the total 39 for one. A one ball shot of over number 5. Good full delivery push down the ground, had him digging out that one. The bowler not able to field cleanly off his own bowling. So one more run to the total, and Cinnamon Pacers after 5 overs, the midway stage of the inning, they're 40 for 1. And just want to, say good morning to all the Grenadians who are in the diaspora taking in the action. Whether you're from in North America, in the US, Canada, the UK, we want to say good morning, good day to you. Hope you're having a fantastic time. And we want to say a special big up to Nyron Alexander Big Pumps, who is taking in the action from the Upper West Side of Manhattan. And we know there's a lot of cricket fans up there who follow in the action back here. And special good morning to you, Nyron Alexander, Ian Roseman, and Terrell Drayton. We hope that you'll continue to enjoy the broadcast coming across your device. So it's going to be another change in the bowling. We're going to see now the man who we'd have mentioned quite a bit for the morning, Alvin Ramnott, will be taking up the action from the southern end. His first over in the tournament and coming up against 2 set well batsmen. He would want to reward his captain's faith in him. Ramnott, the off spinner, tosses the ball from hand to hand. He's in to bowl to Hazard. Hazard comes back, hits that one over, down to mid wicket. Easy catch there, straight down the throat of Nkosi Sentele. Hazard will be livid with himself there. A shot delivery. He could have done anything with it. He elected to find the fielder perfectly stationed there in the mid wicket boundary. And Ramnott strikes off his first ball. Hazard goes for 9 and the Cinnamon Pacers, they're 40 for 2.
Yeah, Ramnott really getting a wicket in his first delivery. The batsman Hazard tried to hit this one over the backward square, only succeeded in presenting an easy catch to the man on the mid-wicket boundary. And I'm sure Devon Smith must be happy with this change that he made to bring in Ramnott into the bowling attack.
Yeah, the partnership of 38 they're broken as we see Hazard is dragging himself off the field. And now the new batter, number 21, Desron Maloney, Windward's Volcanoes player, is going to be on strike as he takes his mark from the umpire Butler. And he will be looking to see if he can put in a good performances there. 5 overs left in the innings. They will be depending on this pair to see if they can get them upwards of 100. And some modification being done to the field. We see the fielder on the cover boundary is being brought into extra cover position. Devonny Smith back on the point boundary, long off in place as Sherman Lewis long on in place, and Neilon Pascal as Ramnott is in, goes back, and Maloney chops it down to the fielder back on the cover boundary, who comes around, does a field in 1 run to Maloney. He's off the mark. And it's quite ironic though, you have the 2 fast bowlers, Neilon Pascal and the Sherman Lewis stationed on long on and long off, and maybe 10-15 years ago that would not have been a sight you'd have seen much, but it shows you the quality of those 2 fielders in those positions, that the captains have faith in the 2 big fast bowlers to operating from long on and long off.
Yeah, I think these 2 gentlemen are good athletes, and they move quite briskly around the boundaries, and they are doing a fairly good job at the long off and long on boundary.
Yeah, Pascal will have taken quite a few catches so far in the tournament from that position. As Athens goes back, punches into the offside, can beat the fielder that is Nkosi Sentile, who is doing the fielding on the cover. So dot ball to Ramnott. Good start there from Ramnott. 3. This time Alec goes back, chops it down. Big appeal there, and is given out LBW there. Umpire Butler took some time to make that decision. The persistent appeal there from the as we watch that one sliding across there, hit in front there. Question is whether he may have carried on outside the continue to miss the off stump and not. Umpire Butler decided that he was going to hit the stumps. So Athens goes for 30, and the Cinnamon Pacers, they've lost their second wicket in the over. Ramnot has picked up the two set batsmen. They're 41 for 3. Looking at that one there, pitch just on the line, hit on the off stump, and probably may would have missed the off stump from that position.
Yes, Ramnot really doing the business for the Bayleaf Blasters. Kerry, I remember you saying Ramnot is probably the oldest player on this, but his shot doesn't look like it. You know, he has come in and bowled a decent line, and his fielding has been quite good this morning. Very good from Ramnot.
Yeah, I think what Ramnot has done is he just really stuck to the basics, you know, bowling wicket to wicket and let the batsman make the error. We saw the first wicket he got was a bit shorter in length. Hazard was able to pick out Nkosi Sentile on the boundary, and this one a straight delivery. Athens looking for the cut down to short third man. He was able to miss on this one, and a big appeal there this time from Nkosi Sentile for the stumping, beating the prodding bat of the captain Mike Narain. So one ball left in the over. Ramnot is really turning up the intensity here in this one. 2 wickets for 1 run of 5 deliveries. He's in to bowl to Narain. Narain gets back, tucks it onto the onside. They go through for a single, thinking for a second. No one there will be as Caden Felix comes in off the boundary and does the fielding. So after 6 overs, the Cinnamon Pacers, they're scoring at 7 runs and over, 42 for 3. Micah Narain is 1. With him is Desron Maloney and 1.
Yes, an excellent over there by Ramnot, picking up 2 wickets and just 2 runs off the over, really setting the Cinnamon Pacers back, and a good bowling change by Devon Smith, and Ramnot really coming to his own in this over.
You couldn't want a better start than that from Ramnot. Veteran coming and showing all his experience in the world. Cinnamon Pacers, they're 42 for 3. 42 for 3. There's Narain, who will have to show, in fact, himself strong and well. Faces up to Rogers, and he's coming down the track. There's an appeal for like before, not given out by the umpire. Oh, the scream from Dennis Smith behind the stumps, like a jack in the box. He really went up in big appeal. That was a close one. Rogers once more to bowl to Narain, who is coming forward and hits the ball down to a deep square position, and they'll get a comfortable single. So 1 more to the total. It's now got to 43 Cinnamon Pacers. Brings Maloney into strike. Opportunity for Maloney here to do something special for his team. Bright Sunshine Rogers moves in again to bowl, this time to Maloney, who is onto the back foot. There's an appeal for leg before. Not out, says the umpire. Ball goes just behind square on the leg side. Confirmed that it's a leg by the umpire. Ball slanted down the leg side. Total has gone to 44 for 3. Brings Micah Narain back into strike. Rogers is bowled very well. In bowls, lifting that, seeking to lift that down to long on. Doesn't make contact with the ball. And Smith comes from behind the stumps, picks the ball up, sends it back to Rogers. He's in again and bowls, and Narain turns it behind square on the leg side. They've got to hurry the return. Well, it doesn't come in. I think Devon Smith maybe thought about hurling the return, then decided against it. So total remains on 45 for 3. Here is Richard Rogers in and bowls, and Maloney is looking to turn that out on the onside, and doesn't make contact. The keeper comes from behind the stumps, and in a rather playful manner. There was a little bit of byplay there. The over comes to an end, and Rogers, he certainly served his team well. 2 overs, no wins, none for 8.
Yes, an excellent spell by Rogers. Just conceding 8 runs from his allotted two overs. Cinnamon Pacers, the innings has really Stevenson not taken off. Only Alec Atanas with 30 who have done some good work.
Yes, that's true. Well, here is a new over by Ramnath. Delivery wide on the leg side. He's looking to sweep that down the backward square. Doesn't make contact. Confirmed the wide by the umpire. It's going to start again. Ramnath in and bowls. And he is looking to heave that over long off. Doesn't make contact. Lost his shape. Narayan. So they're really on the back foot here. Cinnamon Pacers. In again is Ramnath and bowls. Shot outside the off stump. Looking to cut. Ball maybe very close to wide. And Narayan, Narayan was looking to cut that behind square. Didn't make contact. Ramnath bowls and he hits that in the air. Somebody comes into action and the ball drops just in front of the long off fielder. So they get 1. Narayan has now moved from 3 to 4 and the total has gone to 47 for 3. Brings Maloney into strike. Ramnath to Maloney. Maloney's off the back foot and cuts well. Fine shot. That's going to go all the way for 4. Outside the off stump, it was a rank long hop. And he racked onto the back foot and hit it very well. Just see him clearing the front leg out of the way and hit it nicely over the extra cover area and it went down to the boundary for 4. He's now gone now to 5 and the 50 has been posted, is now 51 for 3.
Yes, a good shot by Maloney bringing up the 50 for his team.
Ramnath in, bowls, looking to charge him. You could see him advancing down the track and Ramnath saw him coming and just pulled it back, but was able to glide the ball down to a backward point, and Devon Smith running across rather quickly, hurled the return in, but the batsman had time to cross for 1. So 1 more to Malone, who's now gone to 6. Narayan comes into strike, he's on 4, he's 52 for 3. Over number 8, here he is bowls, Ramnath and lifts that down to the mid-wicket area, and they get a single. So the over comes to an end. 8 overs gone, 53 for 3. Ramnath has done very well. He's picked up 2 for 10. And the run rate now is 6.63. I think they'll be a little bit disappointed in that, Cinnamon Pacers.
Yes, definitely. Ramnath coming in and really putting the bricks on the Cinnamon Pacers. Just 10 runs of his 2 overs and bowling a good line and a good length, and the batsman getting difficulty in getting him away. I think Bayleaf Blasters will feel very comfortable now if they score only 53 Stevenson after 8 overs.
Yeah, these 2 last overs, they've got to be big.
Yes.
Got to be big. They want to think about getting up to the 70 mark. So, and how they're going to get there, Neelan Pascal is brought back in. Had 15 runs struck from his first over, but he's got all the experience in the world to peg them back. It's going to move in to bowl to Narayan. There is a third man, cover right back on the boundary, extra cover, extra cover and a long off. Well, he was just moving in and Narayan wasn't quite ready, so he's got to go all the way back just to complete the field. There is a long on, a deep mid-wicket straight, a deep backward square, and the fine leg is up in the circle. So there are acres of space in the leg side, so no doubt Pascal will want to bowl an off-stump line. He's in now and bowls, and Narayan is on the back foot and tucks the ball down to deep mid-wicket. Gets a single, the return comes in. Quick, sharp one by Devonnie Smith. And the total moves by 1 now to 54, and Narayan goes to 5.
Were you a fast bowler in your time?
No, absolutely not, John. If Kerry hears that, he's going to be laughing his head off. I don't think I had the height for it. Probably didn't have the strength. Probably didn't have the endurance. I had nothing for it, really. Middle order batsman, number 4.
Number 4.
Yeah, thereabout.
Prolific, very prolific, huh?
I'll be modest, I must say. But did play in the days, you would remember Anthony Dixon.
Anthony Dixon.
Yes.
Kenny Hobson.
Kenny Hobson.
Yeah.
We played during those times. And Steve Mahon.
Steve Mahon, yeah.
He was just a little younger than I was. Back then he sported this huge afro hair style. Here's Pascal in down the leg side. And the umpire, I thought he would call a wide, but I must have just brushed something on the way through. Total remains on 54 for 3. Yes. So did get up only to the youth level. Played in the Windward Islands Youth Tournament. That's eons of years ago, I must admit. Pascal is in and bowls. And to this delivery, he is coming. Oh, he's bowled him. Oh my gosh, between the leg is gone. So Desmond Maloney is bowled neck and crop. Let's look at it on the replay. Oh, yes, he's opening up the leg and maybe looking to turn that down to fine leg. And the ball hit him somewhere, I don't know, must have done somewhere down by the boot area. Because we could see him just kind of favoring the area. Let's look, maybe right around the boot area. He must have got a little hit there. Might have been a painful ball because he's kind of hobbling off. So Maloney goes, comprehensively bowled there by Pascal. And he has not had a good time at all. He really hasn't. Ball by Pascal for 6. And Silman Pacers, they're 54 for 4.
Yes, Maloney being bowled by Pascal. Maloney really having a torrid time in this format of the game. And he has not done any real justice to his team this year.
Yeah, really hasn't at all. So Chad Charles has just come in to replace Desron Maloney. And it's been a real horrible season for him so far. 54 for 4. Narayan, of course, the skipper, he's there. Would want to bring some measure of restoration and redemption, but they've got only 9 deliveries, legal deliveries, to do that. It's going to be Pascal, who has picked up 1 for 16 so far. We'll move in now to bowl to Charles. CC. Here he is, leaving us from the northern Adabo end. And bowls to Charles. Charles is coming forward, driving the ball back past the bowler. Now they've hustled for 1. They're going to come back for the second. No, they decide against it. So they've got only the single there. Just wondered whether they could not have attacked that run, the first one. Just go for it a little quicker.
Yes.
Put some pressure on the fielder. Devon Smith coming in there from mid-off.
Yes, I think they settled for 1 pretty quickly.
Yeah. Just felt that there was 2 there, or maybe 1 3/4 that you could turn into 2. 55 for 4 as Pascal is in, balls outside the off stump. And wide signal by the umpires. Narayan had a big swish at that one. Must have been the slow ball too, because it sort of died before it got to the keeper. Kept low in the process. So that's one of the indicators that it was a slow ball. Total remains on, well, it's gone by 1 rather, to 56 for 4. So Pascal again in, both to Narayan. Narayan is coming forward, clips that in the air. The ball goes down to the mid-wicket area. The catch is going to be taken. Gone. Well, he came forward and he looked to clip that down to the mid-wicket area. Stayed a very long time in the air. And the fielder coming in there from the mid-wicket area took what turned out to be a rather simple catch indeed. So Narayan goes, cut down there by Devani Smith down on the deep mid-wicket boundary. And so Pascal has picked up another wicket. He has picked up the very prize wicket there of Narayan, cut down at the deep mid-wicket area. And the total has now gone on, it is now 56 for 5.
Yes, the Cinnamon Pacers falling into deeper waters now with the captain, the loss of the captain, Nilan Pascal, with all his experience. Just picking up the wicket of the captain, Narayan.
Well, you know what? I'm very impressed with Pascal. I mean, he hasn't been playing cricket at the highest level or regional level. But quite frankly, what I've been seeing, he's been still getting the ball to move away. He's still been a pretty model of line and length. And his pace has not been bad either.
Yes, he looks very fit too.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's doing good.
I like what I see. Well, it's going to be Darren Hippolyte facing up to Pascal. Pascal brings him forward and ball goes out on the offside. And they're able to get a single. Devon Smith just wondering why he didn't release the ball. Well, the batsman was just about ambling home. And I just thought that he should have, but I guess he looked and saw that
There was nobody
there was
backing.
nobody backing up.
Yeah.
So that's why he held the ball. Who knows? It probably would have gone down to the boundary for 4. So 9 overs gone. Hippolyte is yet to score. Charles is 2. Is 57 for 5.
Yes, Cinnamon Pacers continue to struggle on what seems to be a decent wicket, a decent pitch, and the batsman really not showing good application and good form today, and this just continue to be a disappointing tournament for the Cinnamon Pacers.
Yes, really disappointing. Yeah, I think they had a very good opportunity here now to give a decent total. Good showing, but they certainly didn't. And to put, well, pepper into the wings, it will be Sherman Lewis, who has had none for 5 so far. It's been a good first over. And he'll be moving into bowl to Charles, who is 2. 57 for 5. Third man, backward point, sweeper, extra cover, long off, long on, as here is Lewis. Moves into bowl to Charles. Charles is looking to scoop that down to fine leg. Doesn't make contact. Smith collects behind the stumps. Just look at the approach of Lewis. He's back to his full run-up, which is just inside the circle. So he's got a nice 30 yards run in. And he is smooth. He looks athletic. He looks rather fit. I think it's the best I've seen him in a couple of seasons, really. And maybe a rejuvenated player moves in once more to bowl to Charles, who is looking to hit that down to the mid-wicket area. Succeeds in doing so. They will come back for the second. The return comes in. I think he's gone.
Yes.
Yes, gone. Well, Charles, maybe once he hit the ball, decided that the second run was going to be taken, and he was calling back for it. It was always going to be a very difficult one for him. The return came in very swiftly, and so he was short of his ground. So Charles goes run out by Rogers. He's gone for 3. It's now 58 for 6 Cinnamon Pacers.
Yeah, some good work down there by the fielder on the long on boundary, coming in quickly and rifling a lovely return to Sherman Lewis at the bowler's end. And Sherman Lewis, all he had to do was just take off the bails, and he pulled the batsman being run out. Just coming back to Sherman, I think Sherman Lewis, I think a fit Sherman Lewis and Sherman Lewis who's bowling well again is beneficial to both Islands cricket and West Indies cricket.
I do agree with that. Yes. Top of his mark in bright sunshine. Very smooth. Lovely approach. He's there now and bowls. And the ball is hit down to the sweeper position by Charles. They won't come back for the second. So Charles has now moved on to 3. So Hippolyte thought he had 2. He was convinced that 2 was there. Maybe he should have really run the first run a little bit quicker, and just tells you how important it is. But then this is crunch time. It's right down to the death. And players will try to turn 1s into 2s and 2s into 3s. 59 for 6 as it's once more. Lewis moves in to bowl to Buddy this time, the new batsman. There he is. Oh, he's such a lovely approach, really. Bowls. And he has a big swish as that one outside the off stump. Did make a little bit of room outside the leg stump. Doesn't make contact. And Smith collects behind the stumps. That's one of the feature of good fast bowlers. Your rhythm, how you approach the wicket. And I think history has told us of very good bowlers whose approach to the wicket smooth and unruffled. They tend to be the very good bowlers. Turns once more is Lewis from the far end in bright sunshine. In now to bowl to Buddy. And the Buddy goes for that outside the off stump. They go to for a very quick single. And Smith has frame of mind. That is the keeper threatening to run him out. But he missed. And they got what would be a bye. 60 for 6. Charles comes in to strike. Of course, Michael Holding, who in the history of Test cricket has got to be the smoothest. Had the smoothest approach to the wicket. Dennis Lilly was also very smooth. Rion King. Beautiful approach. I always love to see Rion bowl. I don't know if he had a lot of confidence in himself, but I always felt that he could have been a much better bowler. Here he is once more. Moving in is Lewis. He's there now and bowls to Charles. Charles is getting a wide delivery outside the off stump. Confirmed as a wide now by the umpire. So just a one more delivery to go. One more legal delivery, that is. 61 for 6. Dismal performance by the Cinnamon Pacers. I think they will think that they've probably got about 15 to 20 runs short, maybe more, as Lewis with the final delivery of this innings in now and bowls to Charles. Charles is turning that down to fine leg for 4. It was slanting down the leg side, got inside the line and turned it. The fine leg is inside the circle, so once it beat him, you know it was going to go all the way. Nice shot. And that went down to the boundary for 4. So at least the innings has climaxed with a 4, with the total being now 65 for 6. 65 for 6. Charles not out 8. Buddy, no score. And the run rate, which is 6.50, not the most attractive one in the world.
Yes, another batting disappointment from the Cinnamon Pacers. When you look at the innings, there was no momentum in the innings. There was never a partnership, and only Alec Asanas with 30 being the main contributor. Cinnamon Pacers, I'm sure, will be disappointed with the total. But I think Devon Smith and the Bayleaf Blasters, who had inserted the Cinnamon Pacers, will be quite happy with the total.
Absolutely. They've got a good team, and they certainly will be vying for the championship this year. And if they can get everything together, of course, Nutmeg Warriors, they're up there at the top 2. Yeah. So just to give you a little bit about the scorecard, let's see if we can go through the scorecard for you. Alec Arthanez was selected before to Ramnath. He went for 36. 2 4s and 2 6s. Andrew, that's Sean Andrew, was run out by Neelan Pascal for 1. Javel Hazard was caught St. Hilaire of the bowling of Ramnath. He went for 9. Desron Maloney was bowled by Pascal. That one was right up and hit him on the toe area, I think, and went on to the stumps. And he went for 6. Micah Narayan caught Devonnie Smith of the bowling of Pascal for 6. Chachal not out 8. Diron Hippolyte was run out by Rogers without scoring, and Jamie Buddy not out, no score. Extras were 5, one leg by 3 wides bowled in the process. 65 for 6 of 10, 65 for 6. In terms of the bowling, well, Hodge had none for 14 of 2. Pascal none for 19, 2 for 19 of 2. Sherman Lewis unsuccessful this time. 2 overs, no miss, none for 12. Rogers bowled very well. 2 overs, none for 8. And Alvin Ramnath, he picked up 2 for 10 of 2. So let's go down to Kerry. We've got Kerry.
Stevenson, we have with us here Alvin Ramnath, 2 for 10 of his 2 overs. Ramnath, you would have been on the bench most of the matches in the tournament. First ball, a wicket, dream start for you.
Yeah, well, that's very good for me. But the coach and the captain tell me to do, I do the right thing and I succeed.
You seem to have been keeping it quite basic, looking to bowl wicket to wicket, and it's been quite successful. Was that by a plan?
Yeah, I used to use the wicket at good pace, and just keep on using it.
You guys would have done well restricting the Cinnamon Pacers to 64. Would you say that's job done by the bowlers?
Yeah, that well job done. But sad, I had to go and finish the game now.
All right, well, Ramnath, congratulations on your performance and all the best to your team.
Yeah, thank you very much.
All right, so that was Alvin Ramnath, 2 for 10 of his 2 overs, helping restrict the Cinnamon Pacers to 64. Back up to you, Stevenson.
Well, when you can get a wicket in the very first ball that you bowl, that augurs very well, and it would obviously skyrocket your confidence, and it certainly skyrocketed Ramnath's confidence. So, just in case you've missed it, Cinnamon Pacers from their 10 overs, 65 for 6, 65 for 6, and the top scorer being Alec Arthanez. So, well, it'll be a very interesting chase when Bayleaf Blasters are going to be coming up. They're going to be replying, and they need 66 for victory. We'll be on hand to see you through in the run chase.
The final weekend in the Dream 11 Spice T10 2.0 cricket tournament fast approaches. And Grenada, it's time to fill the stands. This Saturday 16th and Sunday 17th April, it's the T10 playoffs. The top 4 teams will look to book their place in the grand final on Monday 18th April. Game times 11:45 a.m. and 2:30 p.m. Saturday and Sunday matches $5 EC. The grand final Monday the 18th $10. Bring the drums, count shell, coolers. It's the biggest stadium line and catch all the action on this station. The Dream 11 Spice T10 2.0 cricket tournament. Love the game.
Energy. The world runs on it every day.
Good morning. Welcome to Soul.
Hi.
Hi.
And when we put the best of the Caribbean together with the energy we harness, everything runs so much smoother. Because at the end of the day, it's all about connecting people.
Happy birthday, Dad.
So, wherever your journey begins.
Imagine having the home of your dreams. Imagine investing in that piece of property you can call your own. Imagine finally doing that home improvement project you've always been thinking about. It's time to stop imagining and start doing. Let the GUT Credit Union help you take the first step with fantastic rates, affordable repayments, and reduced legal fees. Make the move. Get better terms on your mortgage. Use your home equity to make those dreams a reality. Act now. There's really no place like home. GUT Credit Union. It's where you belong.
The biggest and safest summer festival in the region, August 8th and 9th. Let's go to Grenada for Spice Mass. Call your booking agents and get your tickets today.
Focus, I can't wait for T10. I can't wait to enjoy myself in a this stadium. Mama tell everything goes shine. Local talent doing well. Big up on yourself, sing it out. T10. Enjoy this.
I too have felt the impact of this pandemic and miss the days of being able to socialize with the freedom we once had. But it is in these times that we must come together to fight as one people. through getting vaccinated and doing what's right. I am Aruna Neptune, and I am fully vaccinated. Play your part. Keep yourselves, your loved ones, and your community protected. Spice Mass, here we come. It's our time again.
Deeply rooted in our rich ancestral traditions. Spice Mass, the return, a celebration of life.
Welcome to Spice Mass 2022. Reviving the spirit of our ancestors through our traditional mass. Jab, the unique celebration of freedom, drenched in black. Feel the power. The rejuvenating sound of pan. A display of colors in fancy mass. And the rebirth of calypso and soca music.
The biggest and safest summer festival in the region, August 8th and 9th. Let's go to Grenada for Spice Mass. Call your booking agents and get your tickets today.
Have you ever seen a jab cooking oil down and Tanya log in the same pot? Neither have we until now. But we guarantee there is a whole lot more amazing things to see on your next trip to Grenada. And if you encourage someone to book an adventure to our island paradise, then you can be one of the winners of special prizes compliments the 473 Connect program by the Grenada Tourism Authority. Sign up at experts.puregrenada.com/473connect.
So the Cinnamon Pacers, having posted a paltry total of 65 for 6 of their allotment of 10 overs, not the best score in the world, and Bayleaf Blasters would be challenged to overhaul that total. They probably would do that quite easily, as well as understanding the glorious uncertainties of cricket. They can also think about making a meal of it. So it will be all up now. The runs, they always say the old-fashioned cliche is John runs already on the board.
Yes, Stevenson, quite true. But I think on this instance, where you only have to score some
67?
67. I think the Bayleaf Blasters would feel quite comfortable in this run chase.
Yeah, well, all is set. Conditions are conducive for lovely cricket. The Bayleaf Blasters will be opening with the Jelani Robinson and Kevin Hodge, and Jonathan Taylor will move into Robinson. He's there now and turns it out on the onside. We'll get the first single. Ball pitched up just about middle and leg, and came forward and turned the ball down to the straightish mid-wicket position. Got a comfortable single as Andrew having to run across it to his left. So Bayleaf Blasters off the mark as Kareem Hodge now comes in to strike. Seem to be taking a middle stump guard from here. These batsmen these days tend to take 2 guards. They take maybe a middle and then they take a leg. Some of them these days that take off stump guard too. Here once more is Jonathan Taylor in bright sunshine. Brushes past the umpire now and bowls to Hodge. Hodge is pulling that in the air down to the deep mid-wicket area. The ball goes over the boundary line for 4. It was short, it was pullable onto the back foot he got. He's got to be a pretty brave batsman. First ball he faced, but it was short enough and he rocked on the back foot and pulled it down to the square leg boundary. 4 runs to Kareem Hodge, who's gone very quickly to 4 off the mark, and the total has gone Bayleaf Blasters to 5 without loss.
Yes, Kareem Hodge, a compulsive hooker, and he loves short pitch bowling.
Taylor once more to bowl to Hodge, who is coming forward, pushes it out on the offside. They go through for a very quick single. They get it quite comfortably in the end. Good cricket there. He played it with soft hand, because don't forget, you've got the fielders all there on the circle and walking in with the bowler, but it was played with lovely touch, and Hodge got a single. He's moved to 5 and the total has gone to 6 without loss.
Yes, some good communication between Hodge and Robinson, the Dominican connection.
Yes, certainly is. If you're nationals and you can't communicate, then something's got to be wrong with you. Here once more is Taylor in now and bowls to this delivery. Is off the back foot and cuts the ball down to third man, gets a comfortable single. So the return comes in, 1 more to Robinson, who's now gone on to 2, and the total has moved on to 7 without loss. So it's been easy going already first over, and they've got 7 runs quite easily.
Yes, the batsman seems to be making the job quite easy.
Tell us a little bit more of Robinson.
He's a hard worker in the nets. He's a hard worker.
All right, here once more is Taylor, moves in, this time to bowl to Hodge. Hodge is a little bit squared up, but played it well in the end, opened the face of the bat, glides it just behind square on the offside, thought about a single. That's Robinson, and Hodge did the right thing. The ball is placed in front of him, so he quickly used the bat to say, hey, you hold it there, like a policeman with a baton who's telling somebody in traffic, no, don't come further. And he obliged, went back. That's Robinson. As once more is Taylor, moves into bowl to Hodge, who is turning that up on the onside up to forward square leg and gets a comfortable single. So well played, and the overs come to an end. Bayleaf Blasters rather comfortable. They didn't do anything rash, nothing untoward. And after 1 over, it's 8 without loss, Bayleaf Blasters.
A good start here by the Bayleaf Blasters. Robinson and Kareem Hodge looking quite comfortable at the crease. Not real trouble by the bowling of Taylor in this over.
Certainly no trouble at all. And let's see who's going to be bowling the second over. Buddy's going to be taking it up. Well, they would fancy that this total should be a run over. But again, don't forget this game of cricket. Gee whiz, how quickly the tide could turn. It's just like on the sea, of course. South tide might be raining now, and in a matter of a couple of minutes, then the north tide takes in. Very inconsistent at times. So here once more is a second over. It's going to be Buddy moving in now to bowl to Hodge. He's there and bowls, and Hodge is lifting that over the mid-wicket area. That's going to go all the way. Does it? Yes, 6 runs. Came right under it, and he lifted it handsomely over mid-wicket. Fine shot. Well, we should have done, Kerry, a little tally of 6s in the tournament, and that's something we'll take into consideration maybe the next edition. Just say that to Kerry, who's nodded in approval, so he's just giving me the thumbs up. 14 without loss.
Yes, Kavim Hall just helping himself to 6, getting the length. This one pitched up right in the slot and just easing himself to 6 runs over the deep mid-wicket.
Maybe something the business sector may want to come on board with, John, for every 6. Maybe give it to one of our homes, orphanage. Here he is in Buddy Bowes outside the off stump. Flashing drive by Hodge. He's down on one knee. Doesn't make contact as the ball goes into the gloves of the keeper. But all of those things do help when the business sector can come on board and show their love for the sport and contribute to its development and also to the citizenship of the country. Buddy is moving in once more to bowl to Hodge, who is 12, and Hodge is coming forward and turns the ball just behind, just up to extra cover. And Nathanez very quickly runs across, covers about 15 yards, picks the ball up, but meanwhile the batsman had time to cross for 1. So Hodge has gone to 13 rather quickly. We're in over number 2. 15 without loss brings Robinson now into strike.
Yeah, Stevenson, with anytime the private sector or the business sector comes on board, it gives some form of security.
Yeah, it certainly does. Buddy in now and bowls to Robinson outside the off stump. Played over the top of that one. Looking to cut. They didn't get really in the conventional manner back and across. Would want to look, maybe go back to the videos and see how Gordon Greenidge did it. I think he was the finest cutter of the ball that the West Indies have ever produced. Well, one would say Brian Lara, but I always felt that Gordon Greenidge cut the ball better than anybody else. Here is Buddy in now and bowls. He's off the back foot, opens the face of the bat and glides the ball down to the sweeper position. Will get a comfortable single. The return comes into the keeper. So one more to Robinson, who's now gone into 3, and Hodge with 13 comes into strike. Is 17 without loss. But you love the cut shot too, didn't you?
Yes, I and in those days, in my time, Stevenson, you didn't get many fast bowlers pitching up. So,
I know.
Yeah.
So you had to learn to cut.
Had to.
Here is Buddy in and bowls to Hodge. Hodge is off the back foot and cuts behind square, 4 runs. No question about that. Arthanez thought for a moment that he was in business. It was airborne for a little while, but it was hit hard, very hard indeed. And he dived rather spectacularly across to his right, goalkeeper-like, but didn't have the remotest of chance to cut that off. 4 runs. He's got to 17. It's 21 without loss.
Yeah, lovely shot by Kavim Hodge, just rocking on the back foot and getting the whiff and full arm's length and putting this one past backward point.
Yeah, he's a good player. Just wish that he would have more confidence in his ability and skill. But he's in and bowls. Hodge is pulling well. That's going to be 4 more. Contrasting, it's gone. It's gone all the way. It's gone for 6. Well, it was a contrasting delivery. That one was a little bit short onto about the middle leg stump. And he got inside the line and lifted it over the deep backward square. It went all the way That was a lovely shot there by Hodge. He's gone to 23. The over has come to an end. So just the 2 overs gone, and the total has really accelerated. It's gone to 27 without loss.
Yeah, Gavin Hodge favors the short ball. He loved to play pull shots, and he loved the short bowling. And in this occasion, making no mistake of depositing this one over the backward square for 6. Gavin Hodge, he's probably one of the better batters around the Windward Islands, and certainly, if not around the West Indies, though.
Yes, he's a fine player, really fine player. And these players got to believe in themselves, got to believe in their ability. Jonathan Taylor with second over moves in to bowl to Robinson, who is beaten outside the off stump by an absolute beauty. One that touched down just about the off stump, had a little bit of inward movement, might have kept a trifle low, and you can see him feeling for it. Didn't make contact. The keeper collecting behind the stump, still 27 without loss.
Yes, Taylor. I think Taylor has done well. He has opened the bowling on most occasions. He has good pace, and he has good line and length also.
Yes, I am very impressed with him. Leans forward, passes the umpire now, and bowls to Robinson. Robinson is tucked up in defence. Can do no more. They will in fact get a single now. Bad cricket. Now after you've done so very well, Jonathan Taylor, to push him onto the back foot. There's no way he was going to be run out there. But a little bit of over-enthusiasm hurled the ball at the keepers. And he certainly was in his crease. There's no need to do that. I'm sure that his captain, Narayan, would chide him a little bit for that. That was not a good work at all, allowing the batsman to get the single. So Robinson has gone to 4. Hodges 23 now comes into strike. 28 without loss. Taylor once more. He's got a lovely cricket name. He's in now and bowls to Hodge. Hodge is onto the back foot and pulls. Where did that go? Down to the deep mid-wicket area. Gets a single. And so that's all there'll be as the return came in. So one more to Hodge. We've told you how much he loves to pull the ball. He's a good puller. And so many short cricketers love to pull. The late Roy Frederick, of course, contrasting handedness because he was left-handed. But what a wonderful pull of the ball he was. Alvin Kalitran also pulled well. And here once more is Jonathan Taylor. Moves in to bowl to Hodge, who is off the back foot. That's Robinson, beg your pardon, looking to cart that through the offside. Doesn't get the kind of meat onto the ball. As Narayan there feeling an extra cover, picks up. Total remains on 29 for 1. Any other good cutters you remember, John? In your time?
Danley
Joseph. Oh, we almost said it. Almost said it together. Here is one for Jonathan Taylor. Moves in now to bowl to Robinson, who is turning that up on the onside. They've hustled for 1. Now let's see whether they're going to come back for the second. They thought about it, made a few exploratory steps, both of them. And then you heard that Hodge was screaming, no. And Robinson, like an obedient child, just meandered back into his crease. He did the right thing. To obey is better than sacrifice. 30 without loss. So Hodge, who is 24, is into strike as Taylor in with the last delivery of this over. In and bowls now to Hodge. Hodge is pulling that down to the backward square area, and that's going to go all the way to the boundary for 4. Well, the fielder looked as though he missed it. Now let's look at the replay to see what really happened there. He pulled it, and he must have dived over it, and it went down to the boundary for 4. But the lovely thing about that shot is that he kept it down.
Yes, good control there by Kavim Hodge. Kavim Hodge just favors the pull shot, and anytime the ball is dragged down by the pacers, he would play the pull shot. 34 now without loss. Easy going for the Bayleaf Blasters.
Yeah, easy like Sunday morning. Well, in this case, you'd probably want to say as easy as Wednesday afternoon.
Yeah.
34 without loss. So Jelani Robinson will be taking strike. He's on 5. 34 without loss. Hodges scampered on to 28. The run rate being 11.33. That's rather healthy. And is going to be Duran Hippolyte, who was there fielding in the sweeper position. Well, he's come up now, and he's going to try his skill, trying to pick back the Bayleaf Blasters. But Bayleaf Blasters, gosh, they're blasting the way now to this rather mediocre total. As let's see, so we're still in the power play. So there is the field restricting air ploy still there, but there is a long on and a deep mid wicket in bowls. Looking to turn that out on the offside. They go through for a very quick single. They've got to hurry. The return goes to the non-striker's end, and they will come back for the second run. Yes, they do. So let's see if what the umpire is going to signal. He doesn't signal because the batsman must have gotten a nick onto that one, of course. Went out there on the offside. So Narayan coming in very quickly and hurling the return to the non-striker's end. So they got 2 in the process. Robinson has gone to 7, and the total has moved on to 36 without loss. Here once more is Hippolyte in and bowls to Robinson. Robinson is looking to sweep. Sweeps well. Fine shot, 4 runs. Yes, he's a tall man, but he got down on one knee, and he didn't look to hit that in the air, but rolled the wrist over it rather neatly. Oh, that looked lovely. That really looked lovely. And it went down to the backward square area. 4 runs to Robinson. Takes him into double figures. He's now gone on to 11, and it's 40 without loss. Here is once more Hippolyte. He's going to move into bowl to Robinson. He is just about there now, round the wicket and bowls. And Robinson is wrapped on the pad. There's a stifled leg before peel there by Hippolyte, not supported by the other close-in fieldsmen. I think there might have been a little nick onto that one, and it must have been on the high side too. 40 without loss. Robinson faces up to Hippolyte, who to this delivery is coming forward and lifting that over the mid-wicket area. That's going to go. The catch is going to be taken, yes, just inside. So Buddy takes the catch down there. He was looking to heave over along over mid-wicket. Didn't really get it how he really wanted to get that. And though he got a lot of height, the distance, he needed another 5 yards to go for 6. If only he had gotten another 5 yards, he would have been batting still. So they've lost the first wicket, that the Bayleaf Blasters, as Robinson's cut down there, down on the deep mid-wicket area there by Buddy of the bowling of Hippolyte. He's gone for 11, and the Bayleaf Blasters, they're now 40 for 1.
Yes, the breakthrough that the Cinnamon Pacers really wanted. Jelani Robinson looking to hit this one out of the park, and just succeeded in finding the man on the mid-wicket boundary. But Stevenson, I would think that was an unnecessary shot.
I would think, it's a fine opportunity in my opinion. It's just 3.3 overs when he played the ball. You've got to find opportunity to, to play in and to bat there as long as possible.
Yeah.
He probably felt, look, Devon, I need to give you a knock. So Devon Smith has just come out and obliged to we won't be taking strike though. Here is Hippolyte. The batsman did cross while Paul was airborne. In and bowls to Hodge, and Hodge is lifting that. Somebody's going to take the catch. Buddy again. Taken. Gone. Well, this time he had to come in about 20 yards in. He settled underneath it, and he never looked like dropping it at all into the safe grasp of Buddy. And he was saying as the ball was coming down, come Buddy, come Buddy, come Buddy, into my grasp. And Buddy took the catch. So it's 40 for 2. And we have had, this is going to be something of a hat-trick ball coming up, won't it?
Yes, 2 wickets of 2 deliveries by Hippolyte. Really 2 gifts in this over. I think Easter is coming. Easter is around the corner, so the batsman just handing Hippolyte 2 early Easter gifts.
Dennis Smith is going to be joining his uncle there in the middle. What are you going to be doing for the Easter weekend? You're going to be working hard, or you've got a bit of a break still?
Yeah, work hard.
No break at all, John?
No break.
Oh, my golly.
Yeah.
Well, this, of course, is the season here, these parts of the world where it's traditional kite flying, although one must admit kites are now flown all through the year here in Grenada. Back then, it was just around this time when so many kites were flown, all different sizes and color, and those who kites that sang so loud in the air, but a lot has changed over the years. So Dennis Smith will be taking strike. Here is Hippolyte Bowles, and he comes forward and clips the ball down to mid wicket, but he comes off the boundary this time, picks up. So 3 times the ball has come into his grasp. Twice airborne. He took catches, and then that one was on the ground. The over comes to an end. So 4 overs gone. 41 for 2. Let me ask you, John, were you always a kite flyer? Did you like flying kite back then?
I did it once or twice.
Yeah, but it was not your thing.
No, it was not my thing. The kite never took off.
Oh my God!
So I got discouraged.
Oh, there we got one. Oh, it's going over. It's just whoa! It's a lot of drama.
This looks like mine. Goes round and round, goes down.
We call it button here. Good work there by our cameraman. Oh, lovely, lovely, lovely sight. Well, what do you folk from St. Lucia? What do you make your kites from?
This tiny
bamboo.
Bamboo, yeah.
Oh, so you do make your bamboo kite.
Yeah.
Yeah. We've got all sorts here. Bamboo, we've got the peaswood, we also got the board kites, the flex kites coming from the coconut palm, all kinds. Whatever could
fly out.
Yes, could make a framework.
Yeah.
They do it. And then the traditional cocoa leaves. You may not know about that, do you? I don't think Kerry knows about it either. Here is Narayan in balls. He turns it nicely through mid wicket to Smith and would get a single. So they did go into the boundary for 4. I don't think that Michael will be very happy about that at all. He really won't be happy. That should have been stopped, shouldn't it? Clipped it nicely, I must admit. But no, you can't miss those. You really can't miss those at all. So anyway, he got 4. He's now gotten to 5. Smith, the total has gone to 45 for 2. As Narayan, who's rather disconsolate, and he no doubt would chide his that misdemeanor down there. Here he is moving in once with Narayan. He's there now, and bowls to Dennis Smith. Dennis Smith is looking to drive. Doesn't make contact. Keeper standing up. Takes the ball smartly. So I just thought I was asking Kerry, or Kerry seemed to know about the cocoa leaves. So he was very upset that I would say that he was not around for those times.
He said I knew it quite convincingly.
45 for 2. Narayan is in once more and bowls, and he's looking again to cut that ball very close to the edge there. Doesn't make contact. Total remains on 45 for 2. So here you have all different colors and all different types of kites around this time of the year, and in fact if you go to St. George's, you'll find quite a number of kite sellers there, hoping that people will buy the kites to fly them over the weekend. Narayan is in now and bowls. He's off the back foot, pushed onto the back foot, that Smith, and pushes it out on the onside, and the old veteran in Narayan coming in very quickly, ensuring that the batsman did not contemplate a single. Now, this is when the northeast trade winds are rather high this time of the year, so the kites do have the kind of momentum to be airborne. Micah is in now and bowls. Narayan, who turns it up on the onside. They've gone for 1. They're not going to come back for the second. Yes, they will. They will come back for the second. Fielder coming in from deep mid wicket. So just taken his eyes off the ball, and they come for the second one. Overran it too. 47 for 2. Bayleaf Blasters.
Yes, a good start by the Bayleaf Blasters. Devon Smith and Dennis Smith continuing where Hodge and Robinson left.
Yeah, they're doing pretty well. Well, Devon Smith is yet to score, but here once more is Narayan in and bowls to Dennis Smith. Dennis Smith is looking to turn that down the leg side. There's an appeal for leg before, and half-hearted appeal. The umpire just stands on one leg now. He stands on the left leg and taps the right one to confirm that that's a leg by. Completes the over. We're at the halfway stage. 5 overs gone. 48 for 2, Bayleaf Blasters. Smith is yet to score, and then Smith is 7.
Yes, a good over by Narain, an over which he only considered 7 runs in the context of the game. So
That's your hill up there.
that's my hill.
That's your hill.
That's my hill up there.
That's John.
I have to find the entrance to the hill first.
John Eugene, I keep telling you that's your hill. You need to go up there, and who knows, maybe they'll name it the John Eugene Hill. Yeah, they're up there, of course.
You reckon there's something there for me?
I've been teasing you since you've been here, John. Please go up on the hill there. It's a lovely, lovely hill, and it gives you a very good panoramic view of the National Stadium and the surrounding areas. Yeah, you will be able to see as far as Point Saline. So please get up there and take a good quality view. Here is once more Hippolyte in now and bowls to Smith, who is onto the back foot looking to turn the ball out on the onside. The ball cannons into the pads and goes out just behind him. The keeper picks up, then sends it via Alec Athanase. The ball is back with Hippolyte. Hippolyte is in once more. In and bowls to Smith. Smith is advancing down the track and lifts that. Oh, that's a gorgeous shot. That's a lovely shot. I love the use of his feet. Got to the pitch of it and lifted it up in a very high and handsome and imperious manner, and it went over the long on area. 6 runs. What a lovely shot by a little man.
Yes, Dennis Smith showing all his prowess there, just coming forward using his feet, then picking up this one and depositing it right over long off. I reckon this would be a 6 on any ground.
Yeah, it was big. It was huge. It was a ginormous hit. 54 for 2. He's gone quickly to 13. Really lovely use of the feet. He put on his dancing shoes. Here he is once more. His Hippolyte comes in to bowl to Smith. And Smith, to this delivery, is looking to turn that out on the onside. Wide ball signal by the umpire. So the extras have now gone on to 4, I make it. And the total has gone now to 55 for 2. So Hippolyte again moves into bowl to Smith, who to this delivery is off the back foot and cutting well down to backward point. Will get a single. They're going to come back for the second run. They've got to hurry. The return comes in and just managed to get there. The return was not the best in the world, but Dennis Smith was coming, really screaming his way back. And it would have been touch and go if maybe the throw was rather accurate. Let's see there. It would have been a tight one. It would have been rather tight, I dare say, but luckily he got there because the fielding was not the best in the world, the throw rather. Here is Hippolyte bowls off the back foot, opens the face of the bat, and glides the ball down to Athanase, who's feeling there at short backward point, and there is no run. So Devon Smith, he's yet to score, quite interestingly, and Dennis Smith, who's been taking the bulk of the scoring, is 57 for 2. Bayleaf Blasters. Hippolyte in now, bowls to Dennis Smith, who comes forward, bat and pat close together, hit right over the top of the ball in a rather approved manner, pushes the ball out on the onside for Hippolyte to pick up, dusts his hands in the ground to make sure that it is as dry as possible in preparation for this delivery. He's there now, and bowls to Smith. Smith is off the back foot and glides the ball down to third man, won't be able to pierce the field there at all. That's Embleton who picked the ball up. The over comes to an end. 6 overs gone. It's 57 for 2. They require 9 from 24.
Yeah, Bayleaf Blasters only required another 9 runs from the remaining 4 overs. Quite a comfortable position by the Bayleaf Blasters.
Rather comfortable position they are in. And they should be having a rather easy contest here. So Devon Smith will be taking the strike for the first time. He's been there a little while now, and his nephew has been stealing everything from him. He's 15. That's Dennis Smith of 13 balls, and finally Devon Smith taking a leg stump guard. He's going to get his first delivery. So they need 9 Bayleaf Blasters of 24. Can they get it, John?
Well, we'll wait and see.
Oh, yeah, that was supposed to be a rhetorical question. Here is Mike on the Rhine with his second over. He was about to bowl to Devon Smith. Devon Smith pulled away, not because he wasn't ready, but I think the bail might have fallen off. The keeper is just now making the adjustment, just putting it back there where it belongs. And Devon Smith is just touching it to make sure, hey, I want to make sure it's properly in the groove. Here's Narayan in now and bowls to Smith. Smith is off the back foot and stabs the ball out to Hippolyte. He's feeling there at extra cover. And there is no run. Still 57 for 2. Smith is yet to score. That's the first delivery he has faced so far. Dennis Smith, his nephew, looks on, just leaning comfortably on his bat at the non-striker's end. Micah Narayan leans forward, straightens up his approach now and balls to Smith. Smith is coming forward, gets his first run as he turns it down to mid-wicket rather easy and comfortably. And quietly amble a single. So the total has gone by 1 to 58 for 2. And Dennis Smith, who is 15 of 13, now comes into strike. 8 needed of 22. Narayan, again in bright sunshine. He's there now and bowls to Dennis Smith. Dennis Smith is coming forward and drives it in a rather crisp manner down to mid-wicket. They've gone for 1, won't come back for the second. The return comes into the bowlers then rather swiftly too. So 1 more to Dennis Smith, who has gone on to 16. It's been a nice little cameo he has played here, and the total has moved on to 59 for 2.
Yes, he has certainly batted well from the time he came in.
Yes, look rather busy, looking to score runs. Micah Narayan is in and bowls to Devon Smith, who is coming forward, gets a good delivery, and they go through for a very quick single. Good alert running there on the part of Dennis Smith. Saw the opportunity. The ball was just sparred down to maybe a short third man, and they got the single. So Devon Smith has gone to 2. Brings Dennis Smith back into strike. He's 16, 60 for 2. Bayleaf Blasters, 6 more of 20 deliveries. Just a third man, backward point. There is an extra cover, sweep on the boundary, long off, long on, as Narayan bowls to Dennis Smith, who comes forward and pushes the ball up to mid-wicket. And he's been middling practically everything so far. He looks very much in fine touch. He's gone now to 17 and the total has gone to 61 for 2, so 5 required from 19.
Yes, he's been batting well, Dennis Smith, from the time he came in.
Narayan to bowl to Devon Smith. Devon Smith gets a slower delivery and has to hurry. Is Dennis Smith? They get 1. He really had to hurry. It was going to be there was an element of danger in it. And whether it was he who called or his uncle, we will never know, but he just looked a little bit stranded going up the track. And the return coming, but not hitting the stumps. The over comes to an end. 7 overs gone, 62 for 2. And it means that just a 1 boundary needed of 18 balls.
Yes, just 4 runs required from the remaining 3 overs. Devon Smith and Dennis Smith, very comfortable win it's going to be for Bayleaf Blasters. We don't see anything dramatic or happening from now on.
No, I think it should be just easy sailing, canter over the finish line, if you're talking athletics. So the Grenada Carafta team will be leaving tomorrow to go to Jamaica for the Carafta Games. Nice to have the games back after a break of 2 years. And we're going to wish a success story for the team going off to Jamaica for the Carafta Games. So here is Maloney. Bowls outside the off stump, left alone by Devon Smith. And it's collected behind the stumps, still 62 for 2. There's Ron Maloney once more from the far end. Bowls to Smith. Smith is off the back foot, turns the ball just behind square on the leg side, gets a comfortable single. He is now moved on to 4, I beg your pardon. Total has gone to 63 for 2. And that require 3 from 16. I would have loved to bat there, out there at 3 for 16. 3 off 16.
Have enough time to play
Yes,
yourself in.
yes, enough time to do that.
So are you telling me you needed a lot more time to settle in, Stevenson, or you're a dasher?
I wasn't a bad starter, I could tell you this. The delivery that's turned up on the onside to mid-wicket by Dennis Smith, who's been middling everything. He's gone to 18 and the total has gone to 64 for 2. I was never really a nervous starter. Never was a dasher either. Anthony Dixon was the dasher. Hit the ball hard and scored very quickly. I tended to accumulate. I love to bat like Lawrence Rowe. I love to middle the ball. I love poetry. I love to be smooth as possible, like you were. Here's a delivery, balls to Smith. Smith is wrapped on the pad. There was an appeal for leg before, not given out by the umpire. Yeah, it was Maloney screaming to the umpire, "How's that?" And the umpire said, "No, that's not out." Yes, I prided myself in playing good, nice, genuine shots. Anthony Dixon was a butcher of the ball. Here is a delivery that he comes forward and hits the ball down to the mid-wicket area. They've gone for one. Will come back for the second. The return comes in. It's a sharp one, and they get 2. So the Blasters have, in fact, won the game. They've won by 8 wickets, 66 for 2. I think the umpires are going to just seek to confirm whether the match has been won. Yes, as far as we have it here, the Blasters have won by 8. And they want to confirm, they've just in fact confirmed indeed that the Blasters, they have won, and they've won in a comprehensive manner. Devon Smith not out 6. Dennis Smith not out 6, not out 18 of 16 balls. The Bayleaf Blasters, they've won by 8 wickets. Comprehensive victory here, and I'm sure that they are very much, John, impressed with the overall performance.
Yes, Bayleaf Blasters are showing good all-round game today, and this will probably go well for them moving into the playoff come Friday. They batted. First of all, they bowled good areas, and they took their chances, and the run chase, they batted smartly.
Very well. Although I still felt that Hodge didn't have to repeat what Robinson did. But, that's how cricket goes. They lost 2 wickets in the process. Bayleaf Blasters winning by 8 wickets. They blasted their way to victory in this particular encounter. So just to look a little bit at the scorecard, and then, of course, we're going to go down to KF for the Man of the Match award. So Robinson, who opened with Hodge, they got off to a pretty good start, and so Robinson was bowled by Hippolyte for 11. Sorry, was caught by Buddy, I beg your pardon, of Hippolyte for 11 down at the deep mid-wicket boundary, and Kavim Hodge felt that he needed to do the same thing too. Was caught down there at the deep mid-wicket of the bowling of Hippolyte. He went for 28 of 12 deliveries, 3 fours and 2 enormous 6s. And Devon Smith not out 6. Dennis Smith, who played very well for his 18 of 16 deliveries, not out 18. 66 for 2, 66 for 2. Extras 3, 1 leg by, 2 wides, and the victory target being reached, 66 for 2 of 7.5 overs. Jonathan Taylor, 2 overs no made, none for 15. Jamie Buddy had none for 19 of 1. Daron Hippolyte had 2 for 16 of 2. Mike Narayan, none for 11 of his 2. And Desron Maloney, just 5 deliveries, 4 runs, didn't pick up a wicket. So let's go down to Kerry Frank with the Man of the Match.
Thank you very much, Stevenson. We're here with the presentation for the Man of the Match award. We'll ask Bronson Johnson, the manager of the Cinnamon Pacers, to make the presentation to Alvin Ramnot, 2 for 10 in his 2 overs, picking up the wickets of Alec Athenes and Javed Hazard. Bronson? I'm not sure you run away. Congratulations. I must be happy that your team were able to win and you will be able to pick up Man of the Match.
Yeah, thanks very much. For that, I belong on the bench. I get a game and I do well.
Well, certainly a statement made that the teams would have to look at you seriously now heading into the next match.
Yeah, of course.
All right, well, Ramnot, congratulations once again and all the best to you and the Bayleaf Blasters for the rest of the tournament.
Thank you.
All right, Stevenson. So that was Alvin Ramnot, the man of the match for his 2 for 10, picking up 2 important wickets in helping restrict the Cinnamon Pacers to 64.
And quite deservedly getting the man of the match. Bayleaf Blasters winning by 8 wickets. So it was indeed a pretty interesting match, and I don't think the Pacers really gave them sufficient to go after.
Yeah, I think the Cinnamon Pacers, knowing where they're standing in the group coming into this game, I don't think they really put in the extra effort really. But Bayleaf Blasters putting in the extra work on a very good and comprehensive victory.
Well, we're going to be having our second match coming up. Nutmeg Warriors are going to be coming up against Saffron Strikers. That match is going to start at 2:30. We're going to take this welcome break. I'm sure that there'll be a bit of lunch around so that we can grab on something local to drink, I would reckon. Until then, please enjoy whatever you're doing. We'll be back at 2:30.
The final weekend in the Dream 11 Spicer T10 2.0 cricket tournament fast approaches. And Grenada, it's time to fill the stands. This Saturday 16th and Sunday 17th April, it's the T10 playoffs. The top 4 teams will look to book their place in the grand final on Monday 18th April. Game times 11:45 a.m. and 2:30 p.m. Saturday and Sunday matches $5 EC. The grand final Monday the 18th, $10. Bring the drums, conch shell, coolers. It's the biggest stadium line and catch all the action on this station. The Dream 11 Spicer T10 2.0 cricket tournament. Love the game.